Portland, Oregon. Portland anti-ice crew don't like ice. They taunted the ICE agents. And then they had a F around and find out moment on July the 4th. What's that look like? Let's get into it. Here we go. Things are getting spicy in Portland. I don't believe any of this should be happening. I believe the Portland police they are there to protect the city. They should protect the ICE building from basic nut jobs running around, but they don't because of political ideology, which is top driven from the mayor on down. They're a bunch of wimps. They are a bunch of, we believe in freedom of speech. And then they believe in rioting and looting and destruction of our property, federal buildings. Watch them light it on fire. Let's try and light a federal building on fire because let's try and, we're going to write all over the federal building that federal agents need to kill themselves. That's literally what you've got going on. And in Portland particularly right now, you've got Portland Antifa and it's all systems go. And this is what they're doing. So the article starts off talking about the police officer shooting outside an ICE facility in Texas. We're going to skip down to, let's get this squared away a little bit more. But the actions continue in Portland. They've been happening for almost a month. They need to take some serious action to deal with the situation there. And that's where this is heading. Tom Holman, ICE, he's taken a special interest in Portland. And I think the Orange Man has taken a special interest in Portland as well. And well, I would love to see Trump come to Portland and just, what are you guys doing? This is awful. Where's leadership? Right? The anti-cruise ICE has been camped across the street, disrupting the area. Now, let's watch a little video here of a woman who, here we go. Portland woman. Here's our favorite woman. Now, imagine you've got, so much in the way of loud noise going on, and you've got tear gas, and you've got rubber bullets, and you've got all kinds of stuff going on because Portland police leadership won't basically just clap these clowns back. They won't just shut them down because of free speech. I've read the statements by leadership, and they're walking that fine line, but they're totally giving up so much footage to the, mostly peaceful protesters, the people that are, they're Antifa straight up, and they're agitators and they're criminals, and they should all be in jail. This isn't about First Amendment rights, but let's see what this lady has to say again, because it's hilariously funny. Not that she has to live through this, but that she calls out a bunch of lunatics, bunch of people without much in the way of thought capacity. Here we go.
Down! It's midnight! I will turn it down. I would love to. You just have to ask me, and I'm being nice even though you're screaming at me. Fuck you! Okay. I'm coming back every night and I'm destroying and wrecking your shit! Turn it down! We the people need sleep!
So this is outside of the ICE facility. This is what we're talking about. Antifa just hammering on this facility, ICE hammering back. If you're a resident, you are literally living within a war zone. And what does leadership in Portland do? Freedom of speech is good. It's sad. It's sad. Portland police would just love to go through and absolutely kick the crap out of Antifa because they deserve it. They're breaking the law continuously. And what does leadership in Portland do? Freedom of speech. We love it.
You heard what I said, Jack? Talking to us calmly would be a hell of a lot. Yourself! Yourself! Hello, you're an ass, bitch! Go f*** yourself, bro. I'll go. Stick that cane up your ass. I'm making. Come on, I'm ready to go. The first time.
So this is going on, and people can't sleep. Let alone on the 4th of July, you've basically got a war. A war.
Shut the f*** up! I'm sleeping now! Hey guys, let's let another neighbor talk. Let's let another neighbor talk. No, man!
See how it's sing-songy? Because they're children. That's what children do. They sing songs. Ice out of Portland. Ice out of Portland. That's ridiculous. But it's what's going on in Portland. The actions continue in Portland. They've been happening for almost a month. There was more action on Thursday with ICE agents threatening the agents. Every one of you has a name and threatening to tell their neighbors about every effing one of you and your effers. The agents, bless them, apparently have developed a sense of humor in the face of all this insanity and reportedly played the Bill Haley in the Comet song, See You Later, Alligator. Oh, that is funny. So ICE agents are playing See You Later, Alligator as they left. Oh, that is so funny. See you later, alligator. Alligator, Alligator Alcatraz. Portland, federal police officers have been standing their ground against Antifa, engaging in subtle trolling. Thursday night, vehicle driven by an officer blasted the song, See You Later, Alligator. Let's watch this. Let's listen to this. I don't think I know that. I mean, I've heard of the song, but I don't think I know the Bill Haley and the Comets one, but here we go. So funny.
One of these got that. I just gave it to you.
They are such losers. Such losers. Such a waste of taxpayer money. Can't really hear it now. Watch you hang. Oh, I would just want to kick their ass. Losers. Just a bunch of losers. Society's rejects. Total losers.
Close the door, Pack. Close the door. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
That's it. That's all? Yeah, one blew him a kiss. ICE agent blew him a kiss. That's great. But on 4th of July, things got spicy. A lit flare was reportedly thrown at the agents, and they declared an unlawful assembly. They came out in a rush and made several arrests. You can see them taking one down here. What's this? Oh. Oh, I like it. I like it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine living next door to this? Well, that's smoke. Good. Arrest that little prick. Yeah, there you go. It's going to push everybody back. Fair enough. Should never get to this point. Should never get to this point. It's that is feckless leadership is what that is. Then the crowd control munitions came out and it looked like a war zone. Let's go there. Let's go there. Could you imagine? You're in one of those high rises. You poke your head out your window. You're paying $2,500 a month in rent. And you look down and you see this nonsense right here that we're looking at. You see this? I mean, You're in a war zone. You are literally in a war zone. You've got soldiers from both sides who, granted, they are not fighting with lethal munitions, but look at all the tear gas. I mean, this is incredible. You got a smoke bomb going off here. You got tear gas going off in here. All kinds of different stuff. But it's because leadership in Portland allows these clowns to just do their thing. And they hide under the auspices of this is freedom of speech. This is not freedom of speech. This is vandalism. This is domestic terrorism is what that is. It's domestic terrorism, and you need to drop the hammer on them just like you need to drop the hammer on Black Lives Matter, which was co-opted with Antifa. You need to drop the hammer on these folks. Hear that gun going. Good. There it goes. So unnecessary, just from both sides. But I have no issue with ICE doing what they're doing. They need to do this. They need to clear out these vermin because these people are just such losers. Great footage. I think this is Katie Davis Court. Yeah. That's literally like walking through a war zone. It is. Okay. Does that guy have a cane end? He's got a cane, homemade. What is that? A plastic. What is that? He's got and something taped with plastic is his handle on the inside of the shield. And he's got a cane. It's not the guy you want on the front line. I'm sorry. You guys need to do better in your positioning. Guy can't run away. You need to take like 30 officers, police officers, and let them handle it because this is their streets. And just clean clock on Antifa. Just absolutely arrest them all and clean clock. That's what I would love to see. Just mass arrests, clean clock, get them on something. You know they're breaking the law. They're breaking the law, all kinds of just absolute nonsense. But that's not going to happen because Portland wants to, kowtow to their far left extremist ideology, which is basically communism is great, socialism is great. Anything to do with ICE or law enforcement is terrible. And we need to allow people their freedom of speech. F that. Arrest these people, incarcerate them for as long as you can. But that's not happening either because you don't have a judge in Portland. Oh, you got a protester? He's in jail? Oh, no. The whole system is rigged so these people can just be out there playing their grab-ass games because that's what they're doing. And unfortunately, it involves the lives of law enforcement and resources that the taxpayers are paying for these people to do their job. And it's putting a ton of law enforcement in harm's way. It just is. That's what you do when you allow these children who are cosplaying at being adults. I mean, they're literally pretending that they're adults. They're pretending with their shield. They're pretending with their no kings, no Nazis, no Such losers. They're just such losers. Yeah, let's pour some accelerant on an already burning up piece of paper.
Fucking Nazis!
Nazis. No. They're ICE, but, you're close. You're close.
I don't know.
Somebody coughing pretty hard back there. The anti-ICE folks were not happy campers and cursed a lot, but they were driven out from in front of the building. The feds have arrested some of them, but they need to levy some real charges to hold these guys accountable. This shouldn't be going on night after night, and it puts the agents at risk. So this has been going on every single night since basically the protests in Los Angeles. Just night after night. This is the new Black Lives Matter. What's ironic is we saw that one woman get told to shove a cane up her ass. Wait a minute. Weren't we just a few years ago? Black Lives Matter? Weren't we just all enthralled with that? Do you imagine them doing that back then? Black woman comes out and says, you guys need to be quiet. We're trying to sleep up in here. And instead, they just ramp up their game to the point where ICE in Portland has to basically shoo them off with chemical deterrent because they're such a bunch of little, they're weak. They're weak individuals at best. Portlanders demand government accountability amid anti-ICE protests. So you've got some folks that are totally on board with the sanctuary city. You've got some other folks who are like, no, we want ICE to come here and do their jobs. We welcome ICE. So ICE in the house. But, in Portland, you're going to have a big push because they're so progressive and they're so down the road of basically communism, socialism, whatever you want to call it, just this left-wing ideology. And they hate authority so much that they're just going to basically keep doing this until somebody says no. Until Tom Holman comes and just drops a bomb on these people, whatever the form of that bomb is. I don't know. But that's going to happen. That is going to happen. And that's why we're doing this prelude up to, we've got some real activity going on down in Portland. And this is not downtown Portland. It's kind of south and east of downtown Portland by a little bit. It's the ICE building is what they're going after. Border Czar Tom Holman plans visit to Portland amid ongoing ICE protests. See what this one looks like. White House borders on, planning a visit. The visit appears to be in response to ongoing protests. U.S. Attorney's Office has charged 22 individuals with crime at the facility. They are arresting people. In an interview with Fox Business, Holman said they're not going to bull us, though it remains unclear if he was referring to protesters or local governments, given Portland's status as a sanctuary city and Oregon as the sanctuary state. The Rose City Antifa knows that they can get away with this because leadership is basically absolutely spineless. And this is what you get. A bunch of children running around with a shield made with homemade tape, with maybe electrical tape. This will hold them. Because what are they shielding against, right? These people are just, they're wildly delusional. Holman further explained the White House's focus on sanctuary jurisdictions, stating, President Trump said it 2 weeks ago, we're going to triple down on sanctuary cities. That's what we're doing. We are focusing on Portland because Portland is I think Portland's going to get rocked, and I hope it does. LA is getting rocked right now, and good, because you got a lot of criminals there. And you got a bunch of criminals on the streets in front of the ICE building in Portland right now, and they need to get rocked to the point where they just don't do this anymore. This whole freedom of speech thing, this is way beyond that. So, going to triple down on sanctuary cities. Why? Not because they're blue, because we know they're releasing public safety threats to the streets every day. That's why ICE is going after sanctuary cities. They're releasing public safety threats to the streets every day. Fair enough. All right, we're doubling down. We're tripling down. Along with Portland, Holman mentioned LA, New York City, and Chicago. I guess Seattle just doesn't have enough going on. We don't have enough rage. We don't have enough outrage at the man, at the system. Portland Police Chief Bob Day has emphasized that the Bureau does not assist with immigration enforcement. I think that is ridiculous. I mean, you don't want to get the criminals out? Is that, Bob? What's going on here? We're not doing that? No, because political pressure somebody at the top of the police department, they're not going to come right out and go, you know what? We support ICE, because they're local police and they're going to go down a different direction based on directives from their city council, which is a bunch of nut jobs, and also their mayor, who's going to say, oh, you guys do this. Because what police officer doesn't want to cooperate with fellow law enforcement? You know what I mean? You take an oath, right? Uphold the law, all that other good stuff. Also on Tuesday, Department of Homeland Security posted on X about protests on the 4th of July at South Island facility. Keith Wilson publicly defended the city sanctuary status. You're a moron. Citing state law that limits local enforcement's cooperation. That's stupid. Meanwhile, Portland City Council held a public hearing on the city's sanctuary status today. The hearing began an hour and a half ago, and updates are expected later this evening. And I've watched a bunch of those, and it's a bunch of people saying, F ICE, they're terrible. And then it's a bunch of people saying, we support law enforcement. We support the criminals being tossed out of our community. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think the visit to the state by Tom Holman will be interesting, because what's he going to do? He's going to go right to that federal building. He's going to see what's going on. He's going to order a directive. He's going to put the spotlight on Portland. There we go. Podcasts for days, weeks, months. Some saying decades and millennia. Forever. All right. That's it for me on this one. Thanks so much for being here. I'd love to have you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Click the like button if you like talking about Portland and Antifa. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.